Welcome. This is the Peace Dealer. And yeah, welcome to another transit talk. This, of course, being for Mercury in Leo. Okay. This is, of course, a karmic love magic integration. And in the context of a holy war, it's going to be reinforcements for the light, let's say. Shout out to those of you in the live chat. Shout out to Ein. She said Leo is the best sign. Can't lie. To me, it's between Leo and Sagittarius. So yeah, if you notice my energy is very low, that's because the moon is still in Capricorn. And yeah, it just came out of a huge astral battle, let's say, which means I woke up recently. But anyway, regardless, this energy is going to very strongly add a lot of fire to you. Let me break this down. If you remember, Mercury and Gemini met together in Gemini. Mercury and the Sun met together in Gemini, and they're going to meet again together in Leo. So a lot of the truth we established is going to be super expressed. Shout out to Brown Brujita that feels a lot of sexual tension, and Chad, who feels the fire, started talking. There's literally an upsurgence of passion. And the reason for this is the next fire we're going to step into is Sagittarius. And after Sagittarius season, after Jupiter in Sagittarius, we're not going to have a lot of fire for a long time. The nodes are going to be out of Leo. And once Jupiter is out of Sagittarius, we're literally taking whatever fire we have within us and we're changing the world with it. And I don't mean that in an inspirational way. It's going to be a little ugly. So keep that in mind. Like, this is in a lot of ways the last hoorah. If you have the opportunity to connect or put yourself out there, what's up, Rafa Mama? I would totally do so. And interesting. So I see some of you almost got into fights, fainted, had some kind of energy. This is very interesting. And there, once again, is an upsurgence of passion. But I hate to say passion because it's just going to be a lot of drama. It's going to be a lot of passion, but a lot of drama. A lot of drama. A lot of drama. It's kind of necessary too because it's going to key you in to where you stand. Be prepared for people to kind of open up a lot about what it is they're frustrated about or what it is they believe, so that you're in a position to once again actually stand your ground. Is anyone else feeling this heavy energy? Like, I'm 100% sober right now. I don't feel sober. Like I feel heavy. So there's a reason for that. That once again is very, very indicative of this main core of your drama, this main arc. Shout out to the Leos. The main roles. It's soon to be your time. Okay. Cancer season, honestly, this holy war is just transition for Leo season. Like we just stepped out of Gemini season. So Cancer season is where everyone's going inside, taking a shower, getting ready for the red carpet event. That's going to be Leo season, where we're going to see two stars check each other. Oh my gosh, certain beefs are going to finally come out. For those of you who feel lethargic, it's because a lot of your body is grounding incredible light codes. Okay, so everywhere from Gemini to Cancer is the basic human form and the basic palette, okay, to fill in our consciousness with fundamentals, the first four elements. And it's very important, once again, because now that it's stepping into Leo, Leo is like the badge of honor and the heart that activates and turns on the juice. So we went through Aries season, which filled your light codes with stronger and more powerful identification with who you are. Everything this Aries season built on a whole year of Aries season last year, where you, for the first time, just kind of realized who you are. And this year is just an affirmation of that. And you taking forward steps. Taurus season helped you understand your values and what you have, as well as what is very necessary for you to very powerfully tap in and activate a deeper sense of your strength. Gemini season activated this truth in you, and Cancer season right now is filling in this container with feeling into your power. All right. So that once you feel into the depth of your power and you know who you are at the core, you can activate this and turn this on with the sun. And let me give you a certain analogy. You turn on a phone, right? Anytime you turn on something, that is Aries, right? But it's also Leo. The fire kind of activates all at once, right? So if Aries is the decision to press the button and you see the light turn on, then Leo is the activation of a device once you've made the cardinal decision to switch it on. Just like you flick a lighter, the lighter is Aries, but the fire that stays on is Leo. That's constantly being fueled. And the fuel you have is a lot to do with Cancer. Okay, so keep that in mind. Turning on this energy body of yours is going to require electricity, because in order for a substance with a source of energy to be turned on, what do you need? You need electricity. This is how electricity at air, lightning, thunder, air, okay, and fire work together. So short electric lesson, voltage times current equals resistance. That's not true. Current times resistance equals voltage. You take your amps, you multiply by your ohms, you get out voltage. A lot of people don't know. I'm studying business right now, or I'm studying communication and I'm minoring in business, but I initially studied electrical engineering That's what I really went into school for. I've taken every math. I've taken calculus, calculus 1, calculus 2, pre-calc, my bad, calc 3, which is calc 2 is the devil, by the way. Don't ever take calculus 2. Like, this shit is evil. I've taken matrix algebra, differential equations. And then I, for some reason, was like, you know what, screw engineering. So I have basic engineering background. All right, I'm not the best at Laplace transforms, okay? And don't ask me to work on circuits, but I know basic circuitry, okay? And when you calculate volts, when you calculate electricity, you have resistance. There's current that runs through circuits. And if the current is too much, you need some resistance. And with resistance, which is an element of earth, right? If current is water and resistance is earth, voltage should be air, let's say. And it's the current that helps you, it's the resistance that actually helps you control how much voltage is going to go through a system, right? So that it doesn't short circuit the system. So your body works in a similar way. A lot of what this Capricorn energy was here to help you push through to was to help establish how you work through the circuitry of your body. All right. It's just the way you turn on your energy body is different. It's also just in a sense where the turning on of your energy body is a fresh new concept. The last time humanity had turned on their energy bodies was back in ancient Kemetic times. Okay. There have been few people outside the chain of humanity who have done it, but they don't count. That's especially a lot of you guys that watch me. I realize this too. We have regulars. We have people who are humans. A lot of you guys who watch me, you're not really humans. Like, you just have human vessels. Like, and I didn't really notice this until I started paying attention to live chat, and especially those of you who buy readings from me. For some reason, a lot of you who buy readings from me, you're ascended masters, you're reincarnated gods and goddesses, you're Pisces, Aquarius. Like, I usually always have super celestial people get readings from me. And I realized a lot of where I come in, a lot of you watching me, okay, a lot of you are souls from other star systems. And so the universe sends you to me because it's like, you can't relate with other human beings here who aren't necessarily on that higher wave. A lot of human souls here are from the reincarnation chains of people who originated the Humanity Project, as opposed to you starseeds, as opposed to you galactics, as opposed to you celestials who don't know what the hell is going down this planet. And then you somehow found me so that I can help you translate how to live this human experience and let you remember you're not alone. You're not alone. Okay. So keep that in mind. It's really awesome because we're building this tribe here. But a lot of you, when you come into humanity, you forget your divine nature, because going through adolescence and having to encapsulate and restart your consciousness is going to embed your memories. Thank God for a transit like this that's literally going to reactivate your memories. South Node in Aquarius. So Mercury in Leo, right, is going to give you the conscious wherewithal in order to not only activate your energy body, but sustain your energy body. So Aries season up until now has subconsciously been teaching you a greater way to activate and turn that switch on. But now that we're in Leo, you're going to turn it on and keep it on. Okay. A lot of you have been using your superpowers for a long time. And I'm only using superpowers because of the extreme nature of how you feel when I say it, just so I can slowly pull you out of normality, because the enemy is normality, actually. The concept, there's nothing wrong with being normal, but the concept of being normal is actually suppressing a lot of people. And it's a standard people think they have to go to. Okay. Being normal, nothing wrong with that. The concept of being normal, the subjective concept of being normal, did not always start off bad. Now it's being used as a weapon to control people. So keep that in mind, because two of the weirdest zodiac signs are Leo and Aquarius. Leo is weird in a sense where they're cool because they can do things different. They know how to stand firm in who they are, so they can be weird. And I don't mean like in a bad way. I mean like in a, that's different. And then Aquarius is just out of this world, so they're just never weird. But yes, this is going to allow you to actually sustain powers that you've been using milliseconds at a time. Some of you were not conscious of this. And now, because you've been stoking your energy, because you've been focused, fixed signs help you focus, and you downloaded the Lucy drive. When we think about drives and consciousness, we look at Mercury and the sun. You downloaded the Lucy drive, all right? This drive that had all the knowledge of existence, Mercury and Taurus. And now it's in Leo, and it's ready to activate in your heart. So let me just kind of backtrack here, because I don't want to just talk about Mercury and Leo. This Mercury and Leo is going to be one of the most important transits this year, all because of the retrograde. It's not just that we're having Mercury go through Leo, right? But Mercury is going through Leo while we stepped out of the portal. This full moon in Sagittarius and Capricorn is so important because we're here now. We're here now. Like it's so much more real over the next 6 months. And so while we're out of this magical portal, Mercury is your own intellect is having to catch up to changes in your energy body while you have to come up with concepts to personally make real a lot of what you've been experiencing and going through in order to also facilitate and ground supernatural concepts. And until now, most of you were not able to accept because you're around other people who don't believe this themselves. And so subconsciously, that is a message, right? That's a nonverbal cue. It's still communication. So I'm going to take my time with this transit talk because one of the most important things in existence is communication, okay? And if the universe is made up of information and we're pixelated in the sense where there's a small unit that every slab of the universe is placed in, then we are in a simulation. Or you don't have to believe that, we are in an information generating existence that is constantly feeding back information to and from you, input, output, 1, 0. Okay, so it's important because if you think of communication in the sense where it only encompasses, words, there's so much different communication that happens that you may not know. Nonverbal communication, right? Without having to say words, body language, communicating energetically, psychically. Mercury and Leo is going to set the platform for this to occur. And while we step into the next portal, all right, the next thing. So before I was having you focus on the 6 months of supernatural evolution, which you did in another realm. And the spiritual realm means it did not happen here. Okay, it did not happen in this real world. A lot of you were going delusional the past 6 months. A lot of you were suspended in imagination, going into deeper astral travel, because there is nothing about this that was supposed to be real. There's nothing about this that was supposed to make conventional sense, where convention as we know it, normality as we know it, is changing forever. And I don't mean in the pseudo petty political ways that it's manifesting here. I mean abstract, powerful ways in the sense of your DNA and what it even means to be human. A lot of you are going to realize humanity is just a man-made concept, just like language, just like symbolism, okay? Just like everything, we're having to redefine everything, first for yourself, and then next as a collective in consciousness, okay? So once again, keep this very profoundly in mind, in that the next checkpoint for us is Virgo season. By Virgo season, not ironically, Saturn is going to be direct moving forward. Jupiter is going to be direct, and we will be in the real world. We are out the spiritual portal into the material reality, and it becomes most crystallized Virgo season. So all these abstract concepts, all these synchronicities that didn't make sense, they're making sense now. You're going to have physical, critical awareness and contextual evidential support to where abstract mythological concepts become real in your face. And this is why you had to go through 6 months of inner work, preparing you to see angels, preparing you for now, where you're going to see ghosts, where some of you fire signs are going to be scrapping up and fighting non-material entities that will be material, because it's not that they weren't there, it's that you have changed your perception so that you can see it now. I don't have to really prove things to you as much, because you're experiencing this holy war. You're experiencing the projection of negative entities by just you being you. And that's why I was trying to say, it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. These dark forces don't care if you do everything right or wrong. They care that you're being you. And this is a war about being you versus being fake, where people can twist what is right or wrong so that they can get you to be fake all in the name of being right. If you are being less than yourself just so you can be right, you're not being true. And this holy war is only going to reward those who are true, because it's not always easy to stay true. It's not always easy to stand up for unpopular opinions. It's not always easy to stand up and be yourself when everyone else just wants to be cool and popular and trendy and fitting in. For those of you who are being yourselves, you're getting rewarded, because there are other people who are watching you who need to see how it's done. All right. So keep that in mind. This is very important. You're going to be so surprised here. The North Node in Leo, as we start this transit off, is going to integrate so much super awareness of who you are through your heart. So we're integrating karmic love magic, because the way that you're going to be expressing love, the way you're going to be dating people, the way that you're going to be experiencing love is fundamentally going to shift. We are out the portal of the spiritual. So this is now that we're in the main arc, where romantic partnerships, love bonds, and lessons spark. Now, Mercury is the script that ushers this. It's one of the timing factors. So for those of you in relationships with people, the next chapter of your relationship and the next theme for this karmic chapter already starting, even before the shadow. For those of you who are single, it's different now, because the South Node is being aspected. So you're not calling in a soulmate. Your soulmate is calling you. We're out of the portal. You must be prepared to show up. And I guarantee you, given the squares, you're not going to be the most comfortable. You have to step out your comfort zone, and you really have to be in a position to open up very powerfully. Sean McDougall said something important. People like to say New Age is satanic. And that's really sad, because a lot of what is instilled in New Age has always been around. So there's nothing New Age. I agree with you, Sean. Things are not satanic because of symbolisms used. People are satanic or not because of the state of their heart. So you have these people who are so obsessed with people in the industry throwing, special satanic hand signs or symbolism. And it's like, the symbolism isn't what makes them evil, my friends. What makes them evil is that whether they throw hand signs, whether they do symbolism, they preach murder, they preach death, they preach evil, they don't have fruit of the spirit. This is how you tell who's who. You don't tell who's who by who puts their devil horns up. What are the fruit people are? What are people preaching? Are people only preaching positivity when it benefits them? All right, that's how you're going to know who's of the spirit. That's how you're going to know who's of the evil, because people of evil now are infiltrating all the good. All the evil people are infiltrating the churches. They're infiltrating the spiritual community. Okay. There's more prophecies. If you think this drama between the spiritual community and the charlatans and the frauds and the fakes are going to stop, they're not. Whenever I go off, whenever I expose somebody, whenever I have to speak my truth, I don't want you to think that I'm any less of a peace dealer because I stand up for what's right. There's this very horrible ideology people have where it's called fake compassion. It's like in order for there to be some peace, let's not talk about the truth just so we don't have any drama. There's nothing true about that. You don't enable the movements of a scammer. You don't enable fraudulent behavior just because you feel someone wasn't in the right place at that time. There's nothing cool about that. All right. You're not less of peace if you speak your truth. The truth is a sword. The sword of truth is divisive. Okay. It separates the fake from the real. So when you tell the truth, it is going to create division, and you're no less of peace because you tell the truth. But in this holy war, you need to be careful of people who don't want to address things because they're afraid of conflict. They don't want the truth to come out in the conflict. Okay. Compassion is really good. There's nothing wrong with compassion. Fake compassion is not good. Whenever you speak the truth out against someone and then other people are like, oh, you're not being peaceful. Oh, just let it go. Oh, just let it go. No, that's not, letting go is not being peaceful. That's called fake compassion. You must speak your truth. All right. So I'm going to mention two topics. There are frauds and there are fakes that have to be called out so that the preservation of the integrity of this craft is met. We have to be willing to call people out on their BS so that when people look at one person, they don't look at that person and say, oh, everyone in the community is like that. This is why I will always say, if I do anything that's out of integrity, call me out. We can have a discussion. There's nothing wrong with being challenged. Okay, be wary of people who don't like being challenged. They have something to hide. So in that sense, there's going to be more challenge in this community too, where you see more people going against each other. Let me tell you something. There are spies in this spiritual community, and it's not specific to this niche. Economic warfare happens all the time, where you have business moguls who hire spies to infiltrate other companies, buy stocks and shares from within, and deteriorate it. The spiritual community is no different. And this is why you have to have discernment. You don't have to play picking games. Just watch people's fruits. Who is really about this love? Who is really about this division? If someone is out there pointing fingers, tearing other people down and not building other people up, they're fraud, as opposed to people who build other people up. Okay, so let me tell you, you're going to start seeing over the next 6 months, the dark forces make their official move on the spiritual community. This YouTube spiritual community alone is very powerful because it's not regulated. So you guys can get truth outside of a mainstream platform, okay, that can really tap you in to other real people. But because this isn't regulated, anybody can make a YouTube channel. Anybody can think that they're an astrologer because they read a chart for like 2 days, right? And they don't have the most experience. And so anybody can get in this craft. And that's not a bad thing It's just you need a greater discernment because it's not a highly regulated field. The dark forces and the people who control media perception are already and are going to, at a greater level, take advantage of the casual nature of people. Trust me, the dark forces are doing this for you. The dark forces think you guys are stupid. They're not doing this. Nothing they're doing is hurting authentic practitioners. All it's doing is slowing us down. These people really think you guys are stupid. Whenever they try and throw shade on us, they think you guys are dumb. Because think about it. It's one thing if they out us or if they try and make us look like pseudoscientists, but who's really the dumb one for supporting a pseudoscientist? You guys. Whenever they make attacks on us, they make attacks on you. The battle here is to switch your mind so they take you away from our attention. But we don't do this for views like they do. We don't do this for popularity like they do. We just do this for truth. Okay? It is what it is. So what I'm saying is you're going to see them move in a sense where there's going to be a lot of disinformation agents. There's a lot of people who seemingly channel truth. They seemingly say things you want to hear, but they're not really saying anything. They're frauds. Okay. And a lot of people listen to it and eat it up because not a lot of people have discernment. A lot of people want to have the unpopular opinion and stand up to somebody who might be liked by other people. Okay. So you're going to see people, this is going to happen. And I'm saying the spiritual community, but once again, you're going to see this happen in every niche. Okay. This spiritual attack is going to evolve in the sense where you're going to see a lot of different people. Hold on. James White, I really want to address this. You're talking about Ra Imhotep El. You don't know that man. You don't know that man, and it's really pissing me off. He did not get hacked. I can assure you that was really him. You're speaking on things that you don't know happen. I know you like this man because you connect to him in his videos. I'm not letting it go, and I'm not attached to money, and I want to nip this in the bud. You think I'm attached to money because some man who is making weird videos on YouTube has taken money from me fraudulently, and you don't want to hear my side. You want to enable him. You sound a lot like a dude whose friend got accused of rape, and you're not listening to the person who got molested. You're like, oh, he would never do that. And that's why I want to address this, because you weren't there in the situation. You didn't give the email, you didn't receive the email. I know he didn't get hacked because I corresponded with him. Okay, it wasn't someone who hacked who sent me that, it was him. You don't know what you're speaking on, bro. So I called out somebody who scammed me, who I paid a reading towards, okay, and he gave me some fake recording, 13 Signs of Astrology on YouTube. I checked out his videos. I thought he was a cool dude until I realized he had no integrity. And I'm using this as an example so I can show you how not to point people down. Okay, I don't want to say anything negative towards this dude because this is all about building people up. I'm not going to say screw this guy, don't watch his channel. But fact is, I'm not necessarily the only person who, Stanley, I'm gonna follow you again, man. I'm not necessarily the only person who he has scammed in this way. Other people are coming out saying they've had shady experiences. This is a dude who gave me a fake report. You know those reports, you go on astrology.com, you put in your website and they give you a generic birth chart? He gave that to me, okay? He just copied and pasted it. I called him out on it. He didn't respond. So all I did was I was saying, okay, yo, can we at least resolve this? Like, I'm calling you on the fact that years have passed and you haven't done anything. And I don't think it's fair that you're making videos offering birth chart readings to people who don't know. You might be scamming them in this way. So I understand you like this dude, James, but don't play a blind eye. Don't cover for people. Don't say he got hacked. He did not get hacked. Trust me. I'm sure he got hacked maybe before all that. But for you to kind of step in and say that I need to let this go, you don't let stuff like this go. When you deal business, Anybody who deals business, this is literally, you telling me to let it go is like me going to Dunkin' Donuts. I order donuts, they don't give me donuts, and you're like, oh, well, the donuts weren't even $20, bro. Just let it go. This is integrity. This is integrity. And a lot of people like his videos, so they want to let it go. There are people turning it around acting like, oh, you can't, you hate a guy that is down. And it's kind of sad. This is literally no different than someone who gets, I'm not saying I got molested, but how is this different from somebody who, cries rape, and then people are like, oh, you didn't get raped, you lying. You know what I'm saying? Now I can see how chicks like that feel. If I can say something simple like this and it's gonna turn around. So I'm not going to be like, screw that dude, don't follow him. I'm all about building up. Instead of just saying, screw that dude, I'm like, yo, let's address this. Let's resolve this as men, and let's move on from there. I still hope to interview that dude. So I'm not on some F that dude crap. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to feuds in the spiritual community that you're going to see, all right, which involve and encapsulate people tearing each other down. My IG is the peace dealer. Yo, Stanley, please send me a message on Instagram because I can't find your profile. Okay. I do have proof that he didn't get hacked, James. I have an email that he sent me stuff that I bought from him. Someone who hacks his profile is not going to send me material that only he has. So you're in denial, and it's all good. I'm gonna move on from this. I was just using him as an example so I could let you know a lot of how this is happening, where you don't necessarily want to just enable people's bad behaviors, but you don't want to really break them down too. All right, I have receipts. Like, I still have the email thread from that year. I just don't want to give energy to that. Okay. And I don't have to post it because it's nobody's business. All right. It's clearly not yours too. I just wanted to speak the truth. So anyway, once again, be very prepared to see a whole lot of fighting in the spiritual community. Be very prepared to see a whole lot of change, okay, in the same sense where you see people kind of getting at other people, and you may be caught up in the drama. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to get caught up in the moment-to-moment drama, but you have to see the bigger picture. When you see all these people, okay, coming together, all right, and James White, I know where you're coming from. I'm just the last thing I'm gonna say. I know where you're coming from. I know you want to be compassionate. You know what I'm saying? And I don't need to check my fans. They're cool, man. If anything, you're the one who stirs the water all the time. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you want me to be compassionate. I see where you're coming from, but it's just not the right time. So other than that, you're going to see people come at each other in the big picture here. And everything about this has to do with Mercury and Leo. The big picture is, yeah, people are going to be dramatically calling each other out, but somebody outside the spiritual community is going to look at the spiritual community and be like, wow, these guys have no unity. These guys have no unity. These guys are just tearing each other down. And this is why I'm saying there are disinformation agents. There are people who unconsciously think they're channeling knowledge. They're not channeling true knowledge. They're just channeling what they think, and people eat it up. There are also other people who know a little bit of astrology, but they're purely in this community just to create division, just to call other people out. They're not interested in connecting with other people in this community. They're only interested, once again, in tearing it down. Most of these people are possessed too, so they don't have to have that as like the main core, you know what I'm saying? They don't have to have that as the main core lesson, right? Or intent, but really keep this in mind. All right. And astrology versus psychology is actually something I really want to get into. I'm waiting. I don't want to just outright talk about it because psychology is a distinguished field. Mind you, though, psychology is another field that was named pseudoscientific. This is why astrology and psychology go hand in hand. All right. Psychology was not always recognized, and you'll see astrology eventually be recognized sooner than later. So I want to really, I don't want to just basically talk about psychology. If I can, I would invite any of you with psychology degrees and psychology majors to message me. I think I know some of you in the field of psychiatry. I want to really start going into heavy case study when it comes to psychology and astrology. And it's definitely something that I want to do so, once again, very, very professionally, just so there's no room for doubt. I'm totally open for professional psychologists to open up. We can do joint calls so that we'll have a professional psychologist and we could talk astrology and they can give us terms and we can see how they melt, because psychology and astrology go, and tarot, they go together so well. When we want to look at psychology, we want to look at the 8th house. We want to look at the 12th house. We want to look at the 4th house. All right. But psychology is such an expansive field. It's not something I can just say. I'm going to be actually connecting with professional psychologists so that we could actually, you know, break down the field and syncretize it with astrology. So thank you, Susie. Very great question. So once again, Ralph. Yeah, I think Ralph Smart is a psychologist. I think Ralph actually was a psychologist for Kanye West, which is pretty interesting. I heard. I don't know how true that is, but really cool. So once again, really keep this in mind. You're going to see people beefing. You're going to see, and it's important because the drama that erupts is going to bring up real stuff that needs to be addressed. But you just have to be, you just have to remember, okay, I reached out to Ralph. I sent him a DM on Instagram. I joined a live video. Honestly, he's hard to reach. I don't think he's really hard to reach. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a peace talk with him unless I have a certain number of subscribers. Other than that, I'll keep on being consistent. Nothing against it, though. It is what it is. I know when the time is right, we'll connect. But anyway, yeah, I want to talk about this because this is going to apply more than just astrology, the spiritual community. It's very important because, and yes, Veda, I will stay out the drama. I will stay out the drama. You guys didn't like when I did the truth about Gian, when I did the truth about Amber. For those who don't see where I'm coming from, it looks like I'm just sharing drama. Whenever I make a truth about video, it's just to clear the air. It's just to rectify negative stuff said about me. But I'm not going to be in the drama at all. Just like Sveta just suggested. If anybody says anything about me that's a lie, let me know. But I'm not even going to address it. Okay. I'm not. There's too much work to be done, so I'm not really going to do what I can to fan fires of drama. But it's going to come up regardless. And when it comes up, speak your truth. But once again, you need to see the bigger picture, because it's not necessarily just drama. It's the destruction of the YouTube spiritual community at that. And let me backtrack. People are going to move to delegitimize the YouTube spiritualists here. Right now, they look at us like a bunch of nerds who think we're entitled, and really kind of just get up on this platform and talk a lot of crap. And it is what it is, because you guys know what's real. Like, you guys have been watching, you know who's real, you know who's not as real. This is why I say I don't have to really prove too much, but this is where it's like they want to manipulate the mainstream perception that we're not really as substantial as we are. And this is just protocol. I mean, it happens to everybody. This is an emerging field. So they're trying to kill it before it actually gets too popular, before thousands of people stop watching primetime television and they check us out on YouTube. We're competition to them. They won't say this because they don't want us to get to that level, but this is still a new phenomenon that's happening now that didn't happen before, where there could be 400 people watching cable television right now, but they're watching YouTube. You think these other people who actually get money and cents from this like that? They see you guys as collateral, money. We see you guys as real people. You get me? So that's a part of this war. And you really have to be purely focused on who you are, because a lot of people are so fallen in the dark, they don't realize, and they're giving themselves away with their ideology, versus those of you who are seeing through what's happening. You need to be able to see through what's happening. So, and just like Pona said, we are batteries, so you don't get drained, and so you don't necessarily get deceived. Okay? Mob ties, damn. So it is what it is. Things aren't as they seem. This is very important to, once again, facilitate, because even though there's going to be a stronger sense of how you understand your solar power, this is also going to allow you to handle conflict and challenge fundamentally different. If there's one thing that you're going to gain from this, and first of all, shout out to Fully Fed Artist. Fully Fed Artist is a real person that I met in Oakland, and I'm not gonna bring back any drama, but there's word going out that while I was in Oakland, you know what I'm saying, I was tweaking. I was with a tweaker. I tried to sexually harass somebody that, you know, I won't say her name. And she was there. I met her there. I met someone else there. So that's why I'm not tripping. Like, they're real people who have seen me, and they can vouch for me. I was pretty cool. They were pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? These are the rumors that are being said. I'm being made out to be seen to people as a drug addict, sexual harasser. And there are already like different people coming out with fake sexual harassment stories. But it is what it is. This is the type of drama that I'm talking about. But I'm not going to let it necessarily get to me, just like you shouldn't necessarily get to you. This is very important, because just like Philip said, no needs to defend yourself. The truth defends itself, okay? And it's, once again, very important. The real ones know the truth, just like Life Misspelled said. And it's super amazing as well, because how you deal with conflict, how you deal with BS is going to very powerfully and profoundly, thank you, Dara, that's complete slander and lies. All right. And I'm only going to use this as an example one more time. How you deal with conflict is going to evolve through this way too, where you can stand by your truth. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can be in a position to let the truth stand for itself. The fact is, you know what I mean? There is a lot of slander out on me, but I'm not necessarily going to feed into that, because if anybody wants to come to my face and test that truth out, I can stand for it. And that's the difference, versus people who are lying. They can't back up those lies. Literally, I think they even said that I joined a transgender Facebook group and that I mess with transgender people, which is taking another, issue with lies and twisting it up. So I'm only using myself as an example right? Responsive instead of reactive. I'm only using myself as an example because I'm not the only one this is happening to, okay? People talked about Jesus too, pay no mind. And a lie can only go so far. You guys are hitting it. This is around the time where from Leo season to Virgo season, everything that was done towards you for good and for bad is going to reverse on itself. That's why I said the climax is now. Karma is real, my friends. So for those of you who've been speaking life to other people from Aries season to Cancer season, this Mercury and Leo, this Leo season is going to establish your victory. You're going to get that back. For those of you who've been lying, for those of you who have been completely speaking negativity towards others, that's going to come back too. Okay, so it is what it is. Mercury and Leo, once again, is so important because you're going to be speaking the language of love. And Leo is such an amazing energy to where it's like you spark the activation of who you are in Aries and you express this further. Shout out to Dara. I'm so tired of the excuses. Boss up. Okay. And so it is. You guys are killing the live chat today. I'm loving it. So this is so amazing because it's like Leo is that sauce. Leo is staying you. You know what I mean? Leo is being able to add entertainment and charisma to what you do. And you're going to be developing this. You're going to be building your palette so that the artist of Libra can now paint these colors. All right. Cancer season is having you put the tone through your colors so that you can now start to add your zest. But I wish I can put into greater words how amazing a lot of this is going to finally activate your energy. And I don't think activate is the right word. We have just activated our energy. Now we're into sustenance, okay? The next phase of all this. And this is going to allow you through challenge and opportunity to share more of yourself. As we step out of Cancer, we're in the second quadrant. So the second quadrant in the zodiac chart, which is the second quadrant in the zodiac chart, which is the right half of the zodiac, is now when you start to express yourself outwards. Aries through Cancer is the left half of the zodiac, and this talks about internal qualities within yourself, whereas the second quadrant is still internal, but you start to bring these internal qualities outside towards other people. And this means in order to activate this Leo energy, you need to go to other people and speak your love, activate your love, share your fun, whatever it is you do to have fun, share that, okay? And really be in a position to very powerfully activate this. Remember, you can activate this anytime, but this is going to require a deep understanding of who you are, and you'll get this. You just need to keep listening. This full moon in Capricorn has helped to usher this. So Mercury in Leo is going to leave Leo September 5th, and it's going to retrograde July 26th, and it's going to conjunct the 8th. It's going to conjunct the sun retrograde on the 8th. So we're getting set for a total realization. This Leo energy is so important because since 2017, the North Node has been activating greater karma in what you love, in how you love it, and in how you use that love too. Have you noticed you're so much stronger and negative vibrations bounce off to you as opposed to 2014? It's not that you don't feel the negativity, but it doesn't go inside, it bounces out. What's up, Nicole, Isabel? It's a stark contrast from 2014, where you took things way too personally, and you had to go through that ego death. So remember here, you still have an attitude, you still have a diva, you still have your own pride, you still have your own fire. You're so much stronger, okay? And it's time for you to bring this strength through. That's why you had to boss up in Taurus season, and that's why you had to, in a very profound way, okay, Go through this holy war. I'm going to start channeling now. And this first of all, I like to say the logical transits. So before I start channeling and start speaking to your soul, let me say a couple more things. Mercury in Leo is going to add so much courage while it's in Venus. You're going to be standing up for what you believe. You're going to be saying your ideas, and you're going to be saying with your heart. You know when Kevin Hart says, say it with your chest. That's Mercury in Leo. You're going to be saying everything with your chest. You're going to be saying things you're proud of believing in and expressing. And the more you do that, the more life you're going to speak into your existence. Okay. So that's your first homework. Your first Saturn and Capricorn homework, okay, is to come up with the affirmation list. Come up with a list of 10 affirmations about you and about what you love, and speak it constantly every day in this transit, and speak it to people you're around, where you incorporate it in the conversations with other people. This is going to accelerate this. This is going to charge this so powerfully. Okay. And the hack is also a part of that too. Okay. Who's Petty Patty? So anyway, yeah, hold on. Yeah, keep this in mind, because once again, a lot of how you personally deal with this energy is going to also add into what happens. Yeah, personally, whenever you see people in the live chat acting out negatively, just send love. I don't want to single out James, but if you notice, most times we have negativity or differences or people needing attention, it's usually men. Did you notice? It's usually men that are getting channeled. James, I don't mean to call you out, but I have seen multiple live chats we've done. You usually say things that stir the pot. I don't want to block you because you are cool peoples, but you know, if I do get another complaint, I may have to. And I do know you do have this opposition. So in some cases, I can see where you get possessed. Like I don't know if you're a double agent, but there's some negative energies that be coming through you, bro, because you be saying some stuff that distracts people. And I don't say anything about it, but I just got asked to block you. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you are a habitual line stepper, and there was another dude before who was like that, I had to block him too. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I know you mean well too, so just keep that in mind. But regardless, it's very important, because a lot of how you once again step in, Andrew 76, the homework is to come up with at least 10 hardcore affirmations that you can really speak into existence every day this transit. Okay. But yeah, every time some stuff got this in the chat, is purely to distract you. Because what happens, you guys start arguing in the live chat. And yeah, so the best way is to really just ignore it. It might be hard to, but ignoring does wonders. It doesn't feed attention to people who want the attention, and then they slowly diminish. All right. But regardless, keep this in mind. There is a very, very, very powerful and strong sense, once again, of how a lot of this energy is going to activate, in that from the establishment of the South Node into Aquarius, we were, for the past 6 months, grounding psychic and magical information. If you notice, I was just about to talk to you this right now, and the interference came. A lot of dark forces will possess people in the live chat. That's why I don't like to blame people in the live chat. Some of them are just being vessels. It's kind of like the weakest link. Whoever's the weakest link at a certain time, they'll just be, if they're in a bad vibe, they can share that vibe in the chat. Okay, so you either ignore it or just send light energy. Okay, so keep that in mind. If it gets too bad, I'll block on my end. All right. So y'all let's stay strong. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's very important once again because a lot of this energy has through the astral, okay, grounded into your body. The Uranus went into Taurus and Mercury conjuncted on Taurus. And all this galactic energy, right? All this galactic energy has now started grounding in your body. So from Taurus to Leo, right? From Taurus to Leo, now that it's grounded in your body, you're now finding ways to creatively express what you've downloaded in new feelings, feeling more super, feeling and doing and taking realistic practical action now that we're in the real world to now establish this through your talents. So this Leo energy is taking what is subconscious, grounded in your body, and it's now activating the Peter Parker. Okay, so keep this in mind once again. Mercury is going to go retrograde in Leo. And while Mercury is retrograding in Leo, the sun is going to finish through Cancer. It's going to catch up in Leo, meet up with Mercury, and then it's going to move forward. And then it's going to continue in so that it can go into Virgo, and then Mercury is going to catch up. So you see how Mercury passed the sun, and then it's retrograding so the sun can catch up, and then it's going to catch up. That's a firmware update. That's a firmware. Oh, shout out to Light Crew 17 that typed in the affirmations. You can type in the affirmations now too. Okay, totally do that. All right, so keep this in mind once again, because a lot of how you personally, once again, deal with a lot of this firmware update is going to be reflected in how well you allow yourself to feel new feelings, to express new energies, as well as to feel new feelings, to express new energies, as well as to also open up to a greater super part of yourself. In other words, now that you're done evolving, you have to be in the position and you have to be in the wherewithal to actually do new things. Some of you have to come outside your comfort zone and once again, push the boundaries on what you can do. This is what Leo is all about. Leo is about having the courage to do what your heart does. When your heart's like, you think fire signs are just naturally fearless? What makes fire signs super badass is that yeah, my bad, y'all. I had to just kind of let it go. So this is kind of, no offense, I kind of had a block. This, once again, is kind of a telltale sign. When you show love and they deflect it, it's for a reason. But anyway, outside of this firmware update, you have to be in a position where a lot of you personally expressing your energy and expressing your love allows you very profoundly to do things you haven't done before. So that by the time we step out of this Mercury and Leo and we're in Virgo season, we are now physically manifesting in our real lives all this supernatural energy that we've built out and built up, rather. Peter Parker and Peter Pan join forces, activation, luminous web of timelessness. Amen. Okay. once again, it's also very important because fire signs are badass because they do the stuff everyone else is afraid of, even when they're kind of worried about what's going to happen. Damn, I'm going all over the place. Oh. So what I mean by that, once again, is fire signs feel the nervousness. Fire signs feel the apprehension. Fire signs still do it. That's what makes them fire. They feel and they experience the pressure, but they still have the courage to move forward and do the damn thing. Oh no. Let me see. This will change it. Oh. There we go. That's good. Yeah, they still have the pressure to do the damn thing. They still feel the courage to do the damn thing. Okay. And so, once again, really keep that in mind because you're going to be put in situations where you have to do things that are very much so out of your comfort zone, primarily so, and still just have the courage to do it anyway. This is where I say you've already been activated. It may not feel like it, but you have so much more strength than you did before. So don't go for a feeling. The feeling is going to come now in Cancer season. But outside of that, let me just now channel this. Let me kind of go into the juice, okay? Because I had to give you more so the textbook understanding of this. Guys, you have the juice of your own. You know what I mean? Like, we've come through a lot. We look at me here, just talking to you. Like, we've come through a whole lot. We've sailed through a whole lot of vibes. There are a whole lot of people who have done negative stuff to you. There are a whole lot of people who've done black magic towards you. There's a whole lot of people who smile in your face, but they have negative intentions. And they're wondering, how come it's not working? How come what I'm throwing on you isn't working? How do you still have a good day? Some of you don't even realize you're being protected off the wazoo, or you realize, right? So this is where during this time, your internal evolution will start being seen by others because we're in the material realm. And now you have to make sure people keep that same energy, because what's going to happen is these vampires, these ops, these negative people who have tried to derail you or stop you, now they're going to try and infiltrate your energy. Now they're going to change up. People who tried to curve you before, people who didn't want to give you attention before, now because other people are giving you attention, they're going to try and come back into your life. This Mercury and Leo is where you need to stand your ground and stay true. And don't let somebody in your life just because of opportunity when you really don't like them. Do not take advantage of an opportunity that will get you further in life if you don't genuinely like that person, because it's not being opportunistic. It's a special type of fake that's not going to work for you in the long run, because you'll regret wasting your time with these individuals. Okay, trust me, no fake friends. You're going to have all sorts of people come through now. This is going to be a fun part of the transit, but also dramatic. You're going to have concepts, you're going to have challenges come back in your life during this retrograde. People come back in your life so that you can show them your new self. Not your new self, your stronger self, so that you can apply with your activated power. So that before, someone was using their mind control ability on you, someone was using their manipulation tactics, right? But now that they come back, it's like, swerve, that doesn't work anymore. I don't need you in my life. Or swerve, be gone. All right. Or, hey, you're cool. You can join my tribe. Okay. Stuff like that. So really keep this in mind. Once again, this is where things are going to get really fun. This is where the clashing and opposing of people's ideologies will show who really walks the truth and who just thinks they do. Period. Remember, you have your own subjective understanding of events, so don't allow people to talk down on you because they cling on objectivity too obsessively. And just shout out to Nicole, who doesn't want fake shit around her. I don't want fake shit around me either. Okay, I'd rather be around real people who are flawed than people who think they're the shit, but they're just fake because they forgot how to connect with other real people. Anyway, once again, this is also going to be a powerful transit where as you're activating your energy, you're making friends who are also going through the same process. The universe is making sure to connect you with at least one or two people who are going through this so that you at least have a reference point and a context. Okay, so shout out to Nicole, who's been craving new friends. This is the perfect time to make new friends, especially for Libras. Mercury and Leo is definitely going to be an amazing time for all of you to once again reach out. The whole energy around Leo is to express your heart so that you can gain greater influence. Okay, so this is a transit where you want to go out. I'm very reclusive. Okay, I'm going to force myself to go out once a week. I got some friends here that live in Vegas, so they're going to be hearing from me. I'm going to be calling them up. We're going to be doing the damn thing. We're going to be doing rituals, all sorts of shit. Okay. This is where it actually pays to be out there, to actually experience your reality. If you want to time this, right, the next 6 months in the real world is where we do real things. Okay. And this is also very important because there's such a fundamental dynamic of how certain people you loved or certain things you loved, you're not going to love in the same way. Fully prepare with the greater strength. Some of you honestly are going to finally make the decision to love yourself more than other people who don't really love you. That's really the basis of what's happening. You're deciding to love who you are and what you represent and who else is around that than people who don't respect you. Whereas if in any case you loved other people who didn't, now you're having to make up for that. Okay. And so these decisions are going to reflect in the bossing up of your value. And it's really, really going to allow others to very powerfully come into a greater sense of power through this. This is going to come through interpersonal interaction to where you help build up with people. But there's an amazing dynamic with it. This is the first transit that allows you to very powerfully, once again, be in a position to see how powerful you've become because of what more you're doing. You're going to surprise yourself in so much ways. Remember, speak the language of love. It is always the answer. It may not necessarily get you what you expect or want, but this is the vibration that will allow you to speak into existence a lot. There's so much that we can't see happening in quantum space. So as I've read from a Scorpio representative, feel it. A very wise Scorpio, I read this from. Feel it. You may not be able to see all of what's happening in the quantum space, in the subatomic particle space, but you can feel it. You can feel it very powerfully. Okay. And this is something that's really going to help you moving forward. Let's hop into the Peace Mobile a bit, just so we can get some context here. We start with Mercury in Leo, okay? And as soon as the 3rd, we have this conjunction while Mars is retrograde and the moon is in Pisces. This is just going to establish your mind with what you're ready to decide on, as well as what you're ready to express. This is actually going to complete the manifestation cycle to where you can literally laugh in the face of hatred and negativity because you see it as the weak, baseless emotion and expression it is. And so as we move forward, okay, eventually, as you can see, we pass Cancer season. And then once the sun is in Leo season, bam, bam, retrograde. So Mercury is going to be in Leo while we do this holy war. And then as we're achieving victory, for those of you who've stayed true, and we have this manifestation of love, divine love, with this Venus opposition, Mercury is going to start to retrograde. It's going to conjunct on the 8th, and it's going to attach and completely connect with your conscious awareness, okay? And enlighten you with the greater understanding of how strong your heart is, who you are at a heart level, the extension of your identity. Keep in mind, Chiron and Uranus will also be retrograding. And so this will also add to the profundity of how you powerfully connect in this sense, okay? And not just connect in this sense, oh wow, but also how you also integrate all these shifts in your physical body with, is that how that works? With your mental consciousness. But I mean, all that is just semantics, because this is going to mark the end of the firmware update. This is when the firmware update is over. You feel your power and you are further into the activation of such. Okay. So as we move even forward, more forward, obviously, the 15th is when, the 19th is when it goes direct. And then, of course, Mercury will start to catch up. And we end the transit September. Okay. This will facilitate the portal shift from Gemini to Virgo, as Virgo season will now allow us the last 3 months to go back into the portal of Sagittarius. So once again, very important, because a lot of how you very powerfully express your truth is going to establish the attitude of your character. Leo is the personality of how cool you feel about yourself, so that you can express this forward in vibrant love. And so you don't walk through life like a boring Taurus, just like a boring Taurus cap, just like you got some pizzazz in your life. With Leo, it's like you whistling music. Yeah, how you doing? How you doing? What's up? Oh, you mad? How about you get some more mad? This is important. Leo is the fixed version of love. Leo maintains fixed love. So now let me give you your Uranus hack. When you feel negativity, okay, so your homework is to speak love and affirmation. The Uranus hack is to keep that same energy. Generate positivity for yourself. Okay? I'm a funny, boring too, Marshall. I feel you. Generate that positivity. What this is going to do, the reason why people are jealous of Leo is that when people stand up to Leo and they express that they're mad, Leo doesn't switch up. Leo is like, okay, honey, well, so I see you feel a certain way. What's up? All right, keep that same energy. Be that royalty. Okay, when people come to you with their challenges, when people come to you with their hate, do not go down on their level. You have to be from a low place to throw shade at someone. Throwing shade is not throwing critical energy. When someone throws shade, when someone throws hate, you keep that same love. You be like, this doesn't affect me. All right, you don't have to be extra. When you feel the negativity, you can absorb it like this. Be indifferent to it. What you don't want it to do is trigger, because this Leo energy is fire. So some of you can feel that fire and it'll just rev up your fire like, what'd you say? Huh? Huh? But instead of doing that, okay, you want to take that in. This is psychologically powerful here. You want to take that in, let those people be mad, and then respond back, not even with positivity, respond back with your strength. Keep that same energy. Like, oh, you mad? Oh, you mad? Breathe deeply. See, the lesson here is to make sure you don't let people knock you off your energy. Leos are used to this. Leos are bundling sunshine with Sagittarius. So what happens is they raise the vibration, and negative entities that attach to human beings throw negativity so that they can dim their shine. Don't dim your shine for people who are uncomfortable with your light. All right? They have sunglasses. If they can't put it on, then they're going to have to be big mad. There are going to be people who, on a very petty, negative, emotional, vibrational state, want to drag people to be depressed. And so when you are happy, it has nothing to do with why you're happy. It just has to do with you being happy. Keep that same energy. Whenever anyone is trying to, thank you, Karen. Whenever anyone is trying to negatively impact you, don't be negative. Don't be like, oh, what? Keep that same energy. Be like, oh, look at you. In fact, interrupt them and then have a third person conversation with the universe. So you talk aloud with them to the universe. Be like, universe, look at this person, or with other friends who also represent you. Look at this person trying to get me out of my happiness. That's so cute. Okay, anybody who tries to patronize, anybody who tries to negatively affect your energy, patronize them. Be like, oh, that's so cute, honey. Okay. Shout out to Tony Baker. He has block parties. He doesn't say anything. He will just put you on blast and he will block you in front of his following. Okay. Don't change the energy. Trust, this is going to make you stronger. It's going to teach your heart to subconsciously react. I'm not trying to tell you to respond with fake positivity, because it's okay to get mad at certain things. If certain things trigger you, get mad. But I'm saying don't respond fake. Respond with real energy, with yourself. Don't let them knock you down, okay? Look at the hate for what it is, weakness, and be strong. And be like, oh, is that all you got, honey? Is that all you got? You don't know. I got my heart is strong. You don't need more than pettiness. I might be hashtag petty gang, but you're going to need more than that to knock me off. I'm generating solar energy here. I'm speaking life and existence to people. You're out here trying to speak negativity and divisiveness. We don't do that over here, buddy. Okay? Keep that same energy. You're going to see people turn up mad on you because they're possessed by negativity. A lot of this is going to be irrational. You're going to have people bring up reasons, but that's not the real reason they're mad. They just want to look for a reason to be mad at you. Keep that same energy and be like, oh, are you big mad? Are you big mad? Are you so mad that you can't mature yourself to come at me from a rational place? You just have to share that negative juice. Oh, so cute. Okay, I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know. Okay, keep that same energy, and it's going to do wonders for you. It's going to do wonders, because all sorts of people, there's going to be a lot of people who are mad. There are going to be a lot of people who realize that they screwed themselves up with you. This is the transit where people from your past realize that they shouldn't have written you off. People from their past realize that they shouldn't have thrown you under the bus. They shouldn't have disrespected you. And now they're going to see, okay, I shouldn't have done that. And because they're immature, they're too prideful. So they're not going to want forgiveness. They're going to want to try and make something against you. They're going to try and be your friend. And when you curve them, then they're going to be mad. It's childlike behavior. Do not entertain childish behavior. That's the main theme of this. You're stepping out of the spiritual portal different from how you stepped into. Okay, let me bring this back. You stepped into the spiritual portal November of 2017. Where were you October and November of 2017? Because the person that you are now out the portal is not the same person who walked in. There were people who had things to say about you before you went into that portal, while you were in that portal. Okay, now that you're coming out, you're going to be blessed. And they're going to want to come through with the handout like, oh, we're not cool. You know how Mercury retrograde makes people forget stuff that they said? Like as if they can just let it go, as if it no longer matters anymore. Know your worth and don't let people manipulate you. So you're going to have a lot of people throwing childish tantrums because they want your blessings and you're not going to give it to them because they made the mistake. See, you have to understand when they wrote you off, when they tried to throw you under the bus, they didn't think you were going to be anything. They didn't think you were going to be in a position where they have something to benefit from you. And so now you are in that position. And when I'm not talking about if, there are going to be people from your past who try and come back, oh, I'm different, I'm changed now, let's be cool. And you have to be like, no. Watch me from afar like you were doing before. Let them, I'm not saying that you can't let them in. It's just they had a whole cycle to talk down on you. So now you need to give them a whole cycle to watch you from afar. And then after that, if they're still sincere, you can let them in. So I'm not trying to tell you to be petty and to do this whole tit for tat. I'm letting you know you need to give people time to understand what opportunity they screwed up. This works both ways. When you went in that portal, there were people who took advantage of your opportunity in a good way. There were people who respected you. There were people who actually helped you. It's not just one way. There's a balance. And when you are in a position to help those people, help those people. You don't have to let me tell you, you're already going to do this. But this is important, my friends, because some of you are a little bit naive and some of you believe stuff from face value. You're going to have people see you dealing and working with influential people, and they're going to be like, damn, I didn't know this person was going to be Drake's best friend. Damn, I didn't know this person was going to be on Oprah. Oh, wow, let me try and work on my relationships with them. No, you need to give them the time to at least learn their lesson. Because if you give them an easy forgiveness, they still don't see you as these people still don't see you with respect. The Sun opposite Saturn transit was the checkpoint, okay? Sun opposite Saturn was the checkpoint to see who really respects you because they'll be here in your life. So the next checkpoint is the next Sun conjunct Saturn, so that when we're back in January, you can now see if these people are willing to respect you. But do not let these people come into your blessings. They're going to come in and you have to stand your ground. And it's that simple. It's that simple. And they're just going to have to learn the hard way what respect truly means. Okay. So other than that, I'm going to pull the cards for the signs right now. You are, I don't know how else to tell you. You're going to be doing supernatural activity every day this transit, starting now. And this is personal and unique. Mars in Aquarius conjunct the South Node in Aquarius means how you express your superpowers is as unique as a snowflake. And you're in a position to where you're having to work out for the first time ever in your life, this new lifestyle. By the time we get into Virgo season, we're now activating the lifestyle of what you have to live to bridge and integrate your new superpowers. I'm only going to be talking about superpowers for the next 2 years because that's what Saturn and Capricorn is. So I'm going to be talking about superpowers next year. I'm going to be talking about superpowers next year. 2018 is the realization of our superpowers. 2019 is the integration of our superpowers with our world. So next year, I'm going to be talking about awakening our superpowers, but this time I'm going to be talking about it in the sense of, okay, how are you connecting with people out in your world with this? How are you connecting with stuff you're doing with your superpowers? And then 2020 is the mastering of our superpowers. Once Saturn is in Aquarius, I'm going to stop talking about superpowers because we will have already had this integrated. And Saturn in Aquarius now is Guild Wars. Saturn in Aquarius is, okay, now you've mastered your superpowers. Who are you connecting with? What is the community you're connecting with? Who is your tribe? Okay. And it's a huge deal. So if you don't know what your superpowers are, your superpower is you, and nobody else can be you. And that is your superpower. So start from there. Nobody else can be you, and that is your superpower. Start from there, and you will inevitably continue to find out. Know that life is a constant discovery, a never-ending discovery of who you are. So don't worry about fully knowing, but do start from somewhere. And the last thing I need to say is the more creative you get with this, Philip, Peter Parker gets a real job. The more creative you get with this, okay, the better. The more creative, the more interactive you activate this Leo energy, the more, another homework you can do is to create songs. Make this a very artistic chapter. This is going to feed more your heart, this energy. Okay, so Aries, Aries moon, Aries rising. We have the Five of Swords. Not surprisingly, Aries, you're definitely going to have to deal with those who vocally oppose your ideas. Once again, don't get caught up in the drama, Aries. And a whole lot of this Mercury and Leo transit is going to allow you to develop your creativity by speaking a lot more of the ideas you inspired others with Gemini season. So this is just a great period to speak your heart and to tap into your inner child. But once again, there's going to be arguments and fights based on you being forward, because you're not gonna let anyone tell you no. So this is going to create differences. Don't argue with these people. Just do it, because if you argue, you're not going to have any resolution. Taurus, Taurus moon, Taurus rising. Mercury and Leo is definitely going to allow you the foundation to build greater creativity in your life, and it's going to let you hear the private voice of your thoughts, so you can circumvent and facilitate this very powerfully and profoundly by being in a position to own. Is today Friday? Yes. By being in a position to own up very powerfully to your private thoughts. Okay. Now listen, let me give you this hack one more time for everyone listening, because these dark forces think they're powerful. Listen, when I say this is a turnaround, this is going to happen in real world too. All these people who were popular and famous because blind people followed them, most of these blind people are going to wake up and they're going to stop following these people. There are a lot of people who have a false sense of confidence, and this false sense of confidence is going to destroy itself. You have people who think they're shit because people who they don't even know follow them. You know what I mean? Like, you have people who they don't really know who they are. And so they're going to see you stand in your strength, and they're going to feel threatened. They're going to be like, who is this person that's standing stronger next to me? Because they're insecure. And insecure people need somebody to feel better than. That's facts. Okay? So you're going to be hearing subconsciously and psychically the dark parts of people yelling at you. The dark forces are going to be mad. That's why I said keep that same energy. Don't apologize for being confident to anybody. You're going to hear dark forces be like, you're this, you're that. There are going to be people in real life that blow up at you because they're going to bring up bullshit reasons on the surface, but negatively, internally, they cannot stand to see you standing confidently. I'm going to say this one more time. Some of you care too much about the surface. regardless of what anybody tells you, everybody who has a problem with you being happy and with you being confident will call you a weirdo. And the reason they're doing so is not for any real reason. I'm telling you the truth here. It is not for any real reason. It is because they hate to see you happy. They want to see you with your head down, and they want to see you in their presence kissing ass to them. But they're narcissists, and you won't. They're going to tell you it's because of A. They're going to tell you it's because I don't like how you're looking. They're going to be telling you, oh, you're arrogant. None of that is true. It is a spiritual attack. They don't want to see you confident. So you must keep the same energy and stay confident. Be like, I don't care. And trust me, you keeping the same energy is going to weaken them, because in the response of them asserting their power, you stand your ground, they get weaker. It's no different than a dog who barks. And these people are going to realize that the fame or whatever they have is not as real as they thought it was. A lot of people are getting a reality check, or a lot of people. You are going to rise up just by standing in your confidence. And so speak this, okay? Taurus, we have the World card. There's great success that you're going to step into, okay, and completion. So just focus a lot on where you're taking this, because it's going to come to you, Taurus. All right, Gemini rune, Gemini rising. Oh shit. Gemini moon, Gemini rising. This is also important because, see, dark forces are big mad, homie. These dark forces are so big mad. Like, I don't think you guys know, but when I do these broadcasts, I pick up on psychic vibrations real time. My moon is in Capricorn, 8th house. Okay, Uranus conjunct Neptune. So I pick up on vibrations. I know how fake people are. People, if you want to know what it means to have an 8th house moon, people are going to have a surface level on their face. I can literally feel what people are feeling inside, regardless what they think they're feeling. If you have an 8th house moon, that's what we do. And I don't tell people about that. So people play themselves out to me every day. You Scorpio moons, you're the same way. It's like, we don't listen to what you say. The reason why my readings are so accurate is I talk directly to your soul. Whatever people are saying up there, that's cool. I'm connecting directly to your soul. That's my superpower. Like, I can feel it when someone's like, hey, how you doing? But inside their head, they're like, oh, your shoes are scrubby. I just have the Gemini mask. I'm like, oh, haha, I'm just here to play dumb. No one's fooling me. No one's fooling 8th house moons. So like someone said, the dark forces are big mad. The dark forces don't like that I'm actually giving you knowledge and information like this, so that you don't switch up and you keep that same energy. For Taurus, I got the World. For Gemini, I also have the World too. Gemini, Mercury and Leo is going to add so much more confidence and courage to your ideas. So speak your truth and don't necessarily feel, in a certain sense, negative about it. Dara D, it's very vampiric. So what's going to happen, the reason why I'm talking about this is you're going to be generating so much fire. So dark forces are going to try and get you in your feelings. They're going to try and get you mad, and they're going to try, don't pay attention to energetic dark forces, because they feed off your attention. Just keep that same energy. Just be like, oh, I see you over there trying to be weak. I'm not weak like you. Go on and do your thing, honey. I'm going to keep on doing me. And it's that simple. It's that simple. Okay, so Gemini, Taurus, we have the World for you. This is definitely going to be a completion transit. You're evolving to the next level. Cancer, Cancer moon, Cancer rising. We have the 10 of Cups for you. Mercury and Leo is going to manifest greater courage in your soul. And this is also going to bring a climax and bliss of energy. Okay. Leo, Leo moon, Leo rising. We have the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is talking about the end of a difficult period and the end of difficult thoughts, okay? Definitely pray for the Cancers. Damian Diaz is right. Pray for all water signs too. Cancer, Leo, this 10 of Swords is actually talking about the end of a difficult situation. A lot of you Leos were plagued with depression and negative thinking. It's an idea that has kind of blocked you, and it's over with. You just have to decide to completely be over with it yourself so that you can let what is dead stay dead. Hey, Virgo, Virgo moon, Virgo rising. We have the Judgment card for you. The Judgment card is going to facilitate a very powerful awakening in your life that's also going to add a very special level of recognition when it comes to your higher path and the purpose that you have in this life. Okay, it's all going to be revealed, let's say. A lot of this is subconscious energy that you are blind to. Libra, Libra moon, Libra rising. The card that I have for you is the Two of Wands. The Two of Swords, rather, is talking, it's a moon and Libra card. The Two of Swords is talking about practicing discernment and objectivity. So be willing to compromise, Libra. You're going to find that your social circle raises because you making the effort to put yourself out there and make new friends will help you make some really good new friends. But be willing to compromise and stay objective. Don't make emotionally ruled decisions like you never do. You usually make objectively ruled ones. But it looks like your heart's going to be a bit closed off to certain things, and subconsciously it's because those people aren't yet to be trusted, but you don't know that yet. Okay, Scorpio, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. Ooh. Well, we had the Magician fall out, so I'm gonna give you that. Shout out to that new Scorpion album. You should definitely check it out if you haven't. The Magician is definitely talking about you, Scorpio, personally activating the next level of your willpower and your intent. The Magician is all about having all the elements you need. But what is it that you're focusing on? Because as above, so below. If you're focusing on lack, you're manifesting it. It's a high viral energy. So let this really allow you to sell your skills in the best way possible. Thank you, Chris. Sagittarius, Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius rising. We have the Six of Pentacles. This is a moon and Taurus card. I think Mercury and Leo is going to have you share this love with others. Be open to philanthropically share your talents and skills, okay? I don't see this as just money. I see this as you sharing yourself. Imagine if you were $1 billion and other people are homeless and they need your money. They need your vibe. They need your essence. Take your $1 billion aura and share it with people because they're going to be needing your joy. This is some very salty people out here, Sagittarius. Capricorn, Capricorn moon, Capricorn rising. We have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is going to be a reliable friend who is consistent and that you can really stabilize your income with. This is also speaking of you stabilizing your income, but this came with the Three of Cups. So I see this as a friend that you're going to make. This is a Virgo card, but it doesn't have to be a Virgo. It's just definitely going to be, you know, everybody mad. It's just definitely going to be a practical, reliable friend. All right. Aquarius, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising. We have the Death card. Ooh, Aquarius, if you know, you know. So be very mindful because this Mercury and Leo is going to end and kill everything that's not meant for you. Okay, it's not going to seem that way at first, Aquarius, but everything that dies, everything that ends suddenly or naturally, it was not meant for you. And you'll find out next season why, but just facilitate it and let it go. It's nothing you're holding on to. It's transformation too. It's going to be positive. Pisces, Pisces moon, Pisces rising. Now keep this in mind though. Leo and Aquarius are opposite signs. So Leo got the 10 of Swords, which is a death, and Aquarius got literal death. So this theme of transformation is for both of you. Like there's endings for both of you. And this has a lot to do with the nodes. Pisces, Pisces moon, Pisces rising. We have the death card for you too, but also the Magician. So, okay, Pisces, I have to channel this for you. Pisces and Sagittarius, this actually applies to both of you. So your magic power is activating to where before, because humanity wasn't necessarily ready, okay, you had this trigger state, especially you, Pisces. You were not allowed to sustain your magic because you had to come back to reality. And Sagittarius too. So now that Gemini and Virgo are attaining their switch states to where we can switch on to infinity mode and then switch back into human mode. Infinity. You like how infinity comments when I say infinity mode? Magic is real, y'all. Pisces and Sagittarius, you're transforming at the cost of your human mode. You guys aren't allowed to be humans anymore. I don't know why you keep acting like humans. Oh my God! You are going to transform, but the sacrifice here with the death card, Pisces, is you're going to stay in infinity mode. And now the conscious vibrations have ascended to support your indefinite stay there. It's going to come at the cost of your mortality. So your human self is going to die and you're just going to be stuck in magic mode. Whereas before, magic mode was a place that you accessed. Infinite magic mode was a place that you had to sacrifice your mortality so that you can just flow in this limitless state. You can freestyle indefinitely. You just had unlimited creativity. And then you switched back to human form. And then but now you're going to stay in magic form. And it's going to mean the death of your human self. So a part of you is going to die. And it's going to resurrect as your magic self. Infinity mode is dope. It wears hard on the body, but it's something Sag and Pisces can handle. So yeah, Pisces, you're going to die, but every Pisces has immortality and resurrection. So it's not like you're really dying. It's just you're ending a certain life phase. All right. And so, yeah, I'm going to do the super chat now. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to be pulling from the 27th when I did the full moon. Bella Foes, we have the Fool card. Okay, the Fool card and the Six of Cups for love is talking about a new soulmate relationship. You want to keep an open mind. There's someone from your past life or someone from your past on a new phase of their life. This is definitely a new chapter. So this might be a new person, and this is going to be someone you can connect with very powerfully. Definitely embrace this newness. Nancy, Sun, Libra, Moon, Pisces guys, still heartbroken from an ex. Make sure you are not the rebound chick, but the channeled message from your soulmate is saying to detail your long-term plans. So this in the etheric realm will let your soulmate know how to fit in with them, okay? To where you're going to start out with them on your own, but you're also going to come into great enlightenment, Nancy, through detailing these plans and continuing to, so that they can come into fruition through this individual, with this individual, okay? Inspirational touch, in other words, they'll know how to fit in. Inspirational touch, we have the Seven of Swords, and it's coming with the Knight of Cups. So you want to be patient, all right? Develop a long-term strategy. But when it comes to this Knight of Cups, when it comes to someone who's wishy-washy but also artistic, be patient with them, okay? They might not even be in the right mind now, but their heart is pure. So just be patient with them. They might have done some stuff disappointing or annoying, but they're going to come around. They're going to come around. Be a little bit more patient. They need you to help hold space with them because other people aren't as real with them like you're real with them. T. McDougal, what is my superpower? We have the King of Pentacles. So not surprisingly, Tanya, your superpower is getting to this money, okay? Your superpower is being enterprising enough to also be in a position to also very powerfully kind of create your world, okay? So it's not as simple as just getting money, okay? It's also a lot to do with you profoundly being in a position to secure wealth. And with the Libra, we do have the 10 of Cups. So they're going to go through a shift where you and them are going to create much more blissful happiness together. Okay. I'm totally going to burn some sage. Thank you, LS Cherry. Michael Tate, we have the Five of Pentacles. So there is a turnaround to any poverty. You've gone through a period of isolation and alienation, and this hermit phase is done. You're going to step into much greater connection with your community, and there's going to be such a great serendipity in store. Thank you, Miko. Love you too. Love you too. KB Shang, we have the Seven of Pentacles for you, which is saying anything you're currently patient towards is worth it. Allow this patience to have you move through very powerfully, okay, and to develop greater long-term potential in whatever products you have. Jazz Ravenel, we have the Nine of Swords and the Magician. You are going to break through your own insomnia. If you found that you've had depression or negative thoughts, you're ready to break through, and this is going to happen 100% with you, and you have everything you need to do so. It's an epiphany, it's a greater thought, it's all going to come back around on its own. So it's over. This phase is over, okay? Spotless Mind, we have the Three of Cups. Get ready to celebrate. Find some friends you can go out with. There's going to be great positive news that you can celebrate with. Sharon Andrea, we have the Death card, which is funny because I just pulled it for Aquarius, and the Two of Pentacles. So what's going to transform is how you do the work you do. And it's also going to leave the room for you to actually manifest so much more finances. It's going to activate infinity with you in a tangible sense, okay? Masai Laney, I forgot to say, for those of you who would like a reading, you can send me personal questions in the link below. It's called Instantgo. You can download the app. Android will have one in September. For those of you who want personal questions answered, just shoot me a text. I also now have transit forecasts and Oracle and Tarot card readings for $33.33. Activate that master number, okay? For those who want more personal readings beyond that. Masai Laney, the channel message that I have for you is to trust first your instinct. You are gaining from your crown chakra pure, undistilled information before it's filtered through this real world, okay? So keep that in mind because this is going to very powerfully activate a personal, subjective, but divine understanding of what's going on with you and your divine masculine. And it's not going to make sense to other people because it's unfiltered. It's straight from the crown. All right. It's not filtered through reality. So go off of that first and your experience will make sense of it. Pix Bliss. We have the Three of Wands. Long-term planning and seeing into your future is very important for you in that the long-term plans you made are now ready to very powerfully come to fruition. Supreme Cues, we have the Strength card. So tap into your inner strength by really tapping into your passions above all and owning up to them. Moon Bay, I need a twin flame message. Well, we have the Judgment card and the Death card. The main connection between you two is now an awakening and transforming. So over the next 6 months, you're going to be in a position to actually uncover a greater essence of this soulmate relationship very profoundly. I get the sense that everything is shifting, like the trumpet is being blasted, and it's finally ready to manifest this twin flame relationship at a much realer level. Okay, ZDDL Fashion LV, thank you so much for the positive words. We have the Four of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles, which is assuring at a certain level. Spotless Mind, I totally got you with another card. And for those of you, please, if you donate more than once, know that I'm only going to pull one card for you. I don't pull multiple cards for multiple donations. Okay. Spotless Mind, I got you though. Four of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles. This is saying that Fashion LV, you're going to be getting a lot more money. You're going to be getting a lot more money and recognition, and the money you gain, you're going to reinvest to produce more and greater income streams. So congratulations. Valerie Bradshaw, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is urging you to look at everything in a long-term way, a long-term minded way. Okay, take your time and have patience. Spotless Mind, I also have the Seven of Pentacles for you again, which is crazy because I think that's what I pulled for you the first time. So very profound. Know that any long-term potential or other such attitudes, oh my God, a lot of people don't even say, will add a lot to this energy. Okay. So long term, think long term. Chad Taylor, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Jupiter is here to bless you. So take advantage of your luck. There's going to be things falling into place. You're going to be a source of destiny for other people. So it's like you can hook people's karma up just by being open for them. And you can definitely expect an expansion of great news. Okay. Apollodite, we have the Judgment card. So this is awakening. The sky is splitting for you, and you're in a position that's going to very powerfully affect in a much more great way who you also blow the trumpet on. I have a feeling Pluto's going to kind of give you this power. So keep that in mind. It's time to blow the trumpet, if anything. Haha. MK, why and who was in my iTunes today or last night? What are their intentions towards me? We have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a direct answer to your question. The Queen of Pentacles is a grounded woman who is a little bit too materialistic, but also still very practical. So as far as who, this is who. And then their intentions with in fact, maybe the King of Wands too. Okay. We do have, as far as intentions, the Six of Swords. And from my experience, the Six of Swords, if anything, is speaking a lot to you being in a position to, hold on. One moment, y'all. Yeah, the Six of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles, MK, is saying you're transitioning and you're bridging to the next part of your life, but you want to be in a position to just kind of be patient with how this works, okay? Oh my God. Okay. Interesting. One moment, guys. All right. Thank you for your patience. I had to send a quick chat real quick. Stay inspired. The car you stole may not always get you away. Very wise, Diamond. We have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles, stay inspired, is speaking of you also gaining very powerful income and recognition. So if you've been wanting financial stability, well, here you go. Funny Val. We have the Five of Swords, so it doesn't look like there might be a second chance. There might even be an argument. I'm not saying this is yes or no, but in order to get back with this person, you're going to have to get through a difference of opinion that might have split you up in the first place. Empress Daisy, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I think this is the inner Capricorn within you. It is because I pulled it with the Judgment card. So this queen is ready to awaken much more profoundly. Healing our world together. Thank you, Pamela. We have the 10 of Swords. So you have no idea what's going on because there's an old facet of you in your life that's done forever. Okay, so this is going to open up a much greater world, but just embrace this unknowing because you're stepping into the next chapter. It's a good way of saying the harsh oldness is done. Lily 626, we have death and we have the Tower card. So we're seeing an abrupt end, okay? An abrupt end to a situation that's just going to end instantly, okay? And it'll leave in its wake a new truth for you based on what occurs. Claire Smith, outcome, MB Leo. We have the Judgment card. So there's going to be an awakening. There's going to be a guiding to your true purpose, which is going to lead directly to greater financial stability. Okay. INF. What will this week bring you? We have the Eight of Cups. This week is going to bring you deeper soul searching. That's going to allow you to connect with people on a much more real way. And not just in a much more real way, but in a way that will allow you to distance yourself from that which doesn't really kind of serve you. Egyptian Pearl. We have the Death card. So the Death card is also coming with the Tower card, right? In an effort to say, be careful, because your whole world is just going to change overnight. This is an overnight transformation, okay? And I think it's going to lead into greater money too. Miss Kiki, your divine partner didn't stop talking. Great question. What I'm picking up with your divine partner is that he's taking a different, more real form. So you're having to hear him in a different way. In that you don't get used to a certain way of talking and the relationship evolves instead of stay stagnant. So if anything, you're still connected to this divine partner. You just want to read between the lines more. You're also getting ready to connect physically. So this is why the need for any telepathic or real conversation is lessening. CW, we have the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is definitely speaking of the end of a difficult situation. You want to be willing to end things that end naturally and know that there's going to be nothing more from that. Brittany Lynn, we have the Strength card. I'm going to try my hardest not to vague book you with my Mercury and Taurus, but we do have the Strength card. We have the Ace of Swords. So this is going to bring a very powerful essence of your truth. Stay focused on your passions, because an epiphany will allow you to tap into your superpowers, your infinite self, your super strength, your inner strength. And it's through speaking this truth that will really enlighten your mind. And everything about this is just going to happen with you through this Mercury and Leo transit. James, it's honor. It's amazing too that you got this. James Lechner, I just found out that I'm a Taurus North Node in the 9th, but I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Well, I love that we got the Judgment card, because this card is symbolic of awakening your true life's purpose. You're about to be more connected with your community than ever, and you're about to actually uncover great surprises. Now, whenever you have no idea what you're doing with your life and you go through a period where you're lost, this is a telltale indicator that you're ready to awaken. So it's a good sign. Whenever you feel like you don't know what you're doing with your life, it's one thing. But when you know that you don't know what you're doing and you're wanting to, it means you're about to embark on your destiny. North Node in the ninth in Taurus means you're here to create a religion of values that people can subscribe to, because you're a teacher in this lifetime, okay? And you're going to build that foundation. Dark Raw Indigo, we have the Magician. You got the power in your hands. You got the magic in your hands. Own it. You're going to create a much greater community for yourself, and you're going to spruce up your own sanctuary. Awesome stuff. Swirly 777, we do have the King of Wands with you. So it's funny, you said love about Aries, Sun, Sag, Moon, Cancer. We pulled the King of Wands, and this is definitely talking about them having deeper feelings for you than they may have initially admitted. So open up to more of them sharing their heart and really enjoy what occurs. Let us live. Nice. Let us live. We have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is definitely talking about you dealing with a compassionate individual who is definitely in a position to help you understand your feelings more deeper. Amorous. Nice. Appreciate you, Diablo. Amorous, why has my Cancer been distant? Can I trust him? We have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is talking about, yes, you can trust him. If anything, he may be less distant. Every Cancer is going through deep emotional turmoil, so they're forcing themselves to be reclusive. If they're distant, they're distancing themselves from everybody, but you can totally trust him. Okay, great question once again. Oops, made a mistake with that. Thank you, Patricia Kaufman, for joining Patreon. Shout out to you guys who joined the Patreon family. You guys are awesome. Okay. I'm definitely going to put in some more stuff in that too. Woo! Hold on. Natalie Hughes, why are birds flying into my car? That is a very good question. You must, yeah, I was gonna say you must have the juice, and then I pulled the strength. You do got the juice. Birds are flying into your car because they love your aura, okay? And your energy body and your light body is activating at a much stronger facet. So it's going to have people open their hearts around you. You want to tap into this inner strength. Your psychic energy is inviting other life to enjoy it with you, like you're a living Disney movie. Island Vibes 305. Watch, they're going to be singing with you next time. We have the Four of Wands. Why am I always mad in my love life? Well, this doesn't talk about it. This is actually talking about your love life about to be very positive. If you're mad about your love life, I see you, Natalie. If you're mad about your love life, it's actually because things are about to get really good. So don't worry about you being mad. You're going to reunite in a very powerful way. Claire Underwood. We have the Seven of Pentacles along with the Page of Swords. One moment. Yeah, I just realized that Super Chat does take like 30 to 50% of donations. Someone who commented was right. I also have another donation link straight to my PayPal. For those of you who want to donate larger amounts, but don't want YouTube to take like half of it. All right. I forgot. Some of you guys have been asking. I forgot to kind of let you know that. Let me even put the HTTP part. But because some of you aren't able to pay Super Chat. So if you aren't, you can do it through there. Let me update that real quick. Next, we have Claire Underwood. I'm so sorry. I got distracted. We have the Seven of Wands and we have the Page of Swords. The Seven of Wands and the Page of Swords is saying you want to slowly learn what it is you're learning. The Page of Swords, in a certain sense, actually speaks of you kind of learning new material, you learning a new way to speak and communicate. And it wants you to take your time with this, but it's also speaking on the level of how well you deal with the necessary vibration of those with new ways of communicating, period. And when I also say new ways of communicating, I mean so in the sense of how you're noticing different ways of speaking and how it affects people. So this is why you need to approach this in a more long-term way. So I have more cards for you, Claire, and those cards are also the Temperance card and the Three of Wands. So the long-term plans you're making are balancing, where there's certain things that might be too hard to do now, but they're going to balance with time. So just continue to move forward, and you're going to see, once again, very profound balancing. Okay. JVX. We have the Empress, the Eight of Wands, and the Page of Swords. Okay. So the energy around you is transitioning greater beauty in your life. Really, the Empress is the main core energy. So you're really surrounded by a lot of abundance and beauty, but you may personally internally have to seek deeper meaning so that you can think more positive thoughts. Ultimately, this is very positive energy, so it's nothing to worry about. Lady Snake Priestess, your contract is totally complete, and we do have the Fool. So you might feel like you're still connected to your ex, but this is more so just negative thinking. You want to embrace the Fool because you're on a totally new chapter, things that didn't work for love. And if any of you are still listening, this message applies to you too. Some of you went through very difficult things in love where you did stuff that hurt. This is also saying like, you can do the same things because you're going to be connecting with better people. So don't let the old hurt stop you from loving again. In your case, I don't think you're stopped from loving again. The Fool card wants you to embrace this open mind, and everything that clouded your vision before you can release, okay? Those negative thoughts you have are false, all right, as far as not believing as much in yourself. Bell Tangy, I said it right this time. Bell Tangy, you have the Seven of Cups, but I feel like it's also coming with the King of Cups, where you're connecting to a water dominant king, but you're not seeing him as clearly. I like how the Magician also came out too. It's saying to keep the creative visualization up, but don't get too attached, perhaps, to what it is you may see and what it is you may experience, all right? It's going to say the fog is going to clear. When the fog clears, you're going to connect with who you've been feeling, especially if you found yourself indecisive between choosing different people, okay? You guys are awesome, by the way, with the thumbs up. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Rainbow, the channel message I have for you is to very powerfully embrace a large part of where you're not only evolving and how you're also advancing, but you want to embrace very profoundly your skill sets. What is everything that you know how to do? In fact, the channel message I get for you, Rainbow, is what is everything you know how to do? You want to kind of write it down on a piece of paper, take all your skills, take everything you're good at, and now you want to find a way to put it all together in a more unified, integrated way. You're already doing this, but this is going to even more powerfully, you know what I mean, focus this. And for Z Star, the channel message for him is to make sure everything is being held accountable. There's a new sovereign law that is here to establish and express itself. And he has to make sure that people follow his rules like he's following his rules. I get the sense that for him, he's messing up because he's letting certain friends break some of his rules. And he kind of has to be the stickler here to make sure people, respect his boundaries. And then his greater power will activate. Jamison Ryan, am I on the right path with the Scorpio? We do have the Seven of Pentacles, so yes, you just need to be a little bit more patient for things to uncover themselves. But this does come with the King of Wands, okay, and the Four of Wands. So you'll find in his sense, he's a lot more passionate because he's able to trust you with more of his deeper feelings. Larry Jacko, we have the Seven of Wands and the Fool. Stand your ground, stand your ground, stand your ground. Don't back down. The Fool card, if anything, is also speaking of a new adventure, okay? I get the sense you might be defending someone who's a bit open-minded, but because they're so unconventional, they rub other people the wrong way. Stand your ground, okay? Tamara Ross. Very great question, okay? As far as what your son needs, the channeled message for your son is to feed his inner child. You actually want to do what you can to stimulate his creativity because your son actually is a creative genius, but his heart may not open so much. If there's a part of him that feels closed off from opening his heart, you want to stimulate his creative side by having him draw and having him kind of develop his creative talents. The earlier, the better. This is going to have you connect with him on an emotional level. Very amazing. Alexa Abad. Why did I feel that way when everything looked the same as always? Honestly, a lot of it is just the full moon energy, but I do have the 10 of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the 6 of Wands for you. So what you're actually stepping into is greater wealth through a very powerful individual who honors your skill sets. Contemplating key, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So think long term. You want to be very productive and think about what you can balance and how you can deal with the ups and downs. Dealing with Capricorn is always difficult, but once again, it's usually worth it in the long run or long term. So think about that and come from that perspective. David Rosher, we have the 7 of Pentacles. So this is urging you to be patient, okay? And your patience is going to allow you to move forward very methodically. You're not just starting patience, you are already been patient. So a lot of this long-term planning is going to continue to pay itself off. Leslie, we have the World card for you. The World card is talking about a lot of completion. A lot of this you've been dreaming of. Success is ready to manifest very powerfully. Domina, honestly, I was laughing at what you said because it's relevant. It's Mars in retrograde. Mars in retrograde is going to fix this whole dynamic with you getting that good. Okay, so Mars retrograding is fixing it for you. what you can do on your end is you have to be forward, Domina, especially a lot. Some of these men, you might be the more masculine one there. Like they're going to be more masculine, but you might have to kind of trigger it. You might have to be too forward if you want to get laid, right? And then they'll kind of like gather themselves. Mars retrograde is going to like get people out their funk. And we have this 8 of Pentacles, right? And the Queen of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. So you have all this value. You are this mama, right? You got your needs, but you might be a bit timid, right? And you know you're not a timid person, but you might be dealing with negative thoughts that are blocking you. You might feel stuck. This is saying to not feel stuck and let out your star power. Let your star self out. This is where it's like you're in a position where if you want some, you can get some. You can tell somebody to just get naked, and you have to be forceful. But of course, this will be temporary. You don't have to do that all the time. But yeah, kind of let that out, because Mars is going to work with you in that sense. Okay. Goddess Adorned. The channeled message for you is to know that the truth that you speak in your situation is going to have a lot to do with how you are enlightening and shifting people. So Goddess Adorned, you're going to be saying things that to you is just everyday knowledge, but to other people, it's going to be like, whoa, my whole life has changed. So know that your words are a double-edged sword, and they're going to be cutting at people more sensitively than you are aware. Ivushka, we have the Ace of Swords for you. And this is also really talking about you tapping into great abundance with the Magician. You said, help me choose your affirmation. You want to choose affirmations that affirm your truth. I am magical. I am victorious. Okay. And I am complete. You can focus on those 3 for now and just add on there. So just keep that in mind. Choose these affirmations based on what you feel and know is true for you. Okay. Stellar. This is definitely speaking of you tapping into a much more powerful sense of yourself. Okay. Through the willingness and ability that you have to not only be yourself, but also to very happily come into a much greater lesson. Sorry, to also come into a much greater lesson to really allow others to be themselves. So I got distracted. Stellar, what I'm basically saying is the more you be yourself, this is going to emanate natural energy and other people are just going to start being happy. Stellar, you're super magical. Okay, super powerful people inspire people to do stuff. Super strong people inspire people to be stronger within themselves. Super magical people make other people around them happy. So you're going to find other people talk a lot around you. It's because your magical energy is releasing. So all you have to do is just be happy and be yourself, and it's going to also do this. Okay. Ash J. Mack. We have the 2 of Swords, okay, for your husband, and the Temperance for your daughter, and the 6 of Cups for you. So the 2 of Swords is talking about, for your husband, him being a bit objective. There's certain things he doesn't want to say because he knows it'll hurt certain people's feelings. So you want to appeal to this person in a more compromising way. Soon they will let what is on their heart out. Your daughter with Temperance is balancing her life and she's learning greater moderation. And you with the 6 of Cups are in a position where you're connecting with your husband and daughter in a soulmate way or a kindred way to add more comfort, okay? Do I wait before Jupiter is direct? Do I wait before Jupiter is direct for stocks? David, you want to test it out. So test a little bit out before, and then of course do it after. You want to do both. It's actually not the Jupiter transit that's going to determine the stocks. It's actually more so your technique. Great question. Jody Daniel, we have the Two of Wands, all right? And this is also coming with the King of Wands. So you want to really productively plan your future out. You want to be in a position to let your independence push you to very strongly take original action, and independent individual, entrepreneurial spirit. This is a very masculine combination. So it's saying you want to really control forward what you got going on, Jody. This is very, very powerful. Khalil Lewis, we have the Judgment card, and the delays are over. Okay. I think you might have been confused and in a fog, and the Judgment is going to clear the fog and it's going to reveal the truth. So prepare to be awakened in less than 24 hours to your higher purpose, which also, guys, all the cards I pull will manifest within 24 hours or less. Now, Mika, how can I best express my excitement and love with this spirit? I appreciate and want work to do. So how can you best express your excitement? Moderation. Study the Temperance card. The Temperance card wants moderation. You don't do too much at too much time. The more you moderate and have good management, this means you already got it going on, Nika. You just want to balance things for yourself so that you're not doing too much or more than you have to. And you also want to remember that I think you're being a bit too hard on yourself. Also, you want to give back. Give back a lot of your human experience with your spirit to others. Because another thing about you is, I think you're Aries, right? Another thing about you regards to your sun sign, you personally, your energy is contagious. So be careful who you give it to because they'll get addicted, but share it with other people. There's so many people who their days will be made if they have one conversation with you because you're that powerful, okay? Tiana cat, I must be a cat, meow. We have the Empress card. You're really the Empress, okay? So what's going on with your sixth house? You're gaining greater beauty within it. You're not just gaining greater beauty, okay? You're in a position where you're speaking your truth through this too. So claim your beauty. A lot of how you claim beauty and abundance is going to change how you do your work and your routine in your sixth house. So you're doing less, but gaining more from it, okay? Toya S. I'm being called to channel to you guys one more time. It's very important that you keep the same energy. The dark forces will be saying things and pushing your buttons through human being vessels, through thoughts and ideas, just to knock you off balance. It's just to get in your soul and to get you mad. Keep the same energy. Keep positive. Like, they're weak. They can't knock you off. They're so weak. Toya S. All they rely on is illusions and lies. They're completely weak. We have the Death card. And the Death card is coming with the World card, which is talking about total transformation. Everything that you have in your life filled with falsities is going to shed, and everything that's been blocking you from your success is going to die, and there's nothing you can do about it. All you have to do is just make do with this, give back to people when you get this, and also be prepared to keep up the good work. Toya, you are already successful, so I don't even want to say you're getting success. You're going to add on to this next stage of your success, which is giving back in a much greater way. And everything that you have in place is going to work, okay, very well. Rose, being attacked, learning yesterday about being forced, being attacked, learning yesterday being forced to take an assignment in another state. Will I get job location I want? Will these haters be big mad? So I do have the 10 of Wands and the Strength, right? It came like this order. So yes and yes, right? But I want you to focus here. It's saying that you have a lot more responsibility, but this is going to activate your inner strength. These haters will only be big mad because you're tapping into your inner strength and you're focusing on you and you don't even care about them. You will get the job in the location you want, but make sure you're not having too much work being piled up on you. Make sure you're willing to hold them accountable, because if you call them out on it, they're going to switch up, because I think they're doing something they know they can't do, but no one can enforce them. because they know that you guys may not say anything. So if you do speak up, it'll work in your favor. Jessica T, you are going to gain a lot of money and a lot of blessings. It's like the universe is going to have you be the hub and source of a lot of positivity so that you can divvy it out and share with other people. The reason why I know this is if they gave this to other people around you are super selfish. So they would take it and keep it for themselves. You are going to really share this with other people as you are encouraged to. You can trust all these other people, but trust yourself the most. Stupendous reality. What it doodly do? We have the death and transformation card, the death and judgment. So you're going through a total metamorphosis awakening, okay? This is going to be so powerful because your energy body, your consciousness, your power is completely transforming so that you can activate your super self. And we have this Queen of Wands. This is going to ascend you into greater royal status as well. Brown Brujita. Okay, we have the Death card. So the divine love message is saying that divine love is here for you, but it's going to come at the cost of your life. And everything's going to switch, okay? And you will have this divine love. But this divine love that's going to come, it's not going to bring the one to you because you are the one. It's going to mean that you have to really die to the old life and to a facet of you, all right? And what is this facet of you? When you connect with this divine love, you're no longer going to be single. Brown, this means that your single self is going to die. And there's a part of you that doesn't like that because it likes being single. And this applies to any of you who are ready to be in a relationship, but you're still single. It's like your single self has to die because you're not going to be single anymore. So you have to be ready to completely die to that life. It's a bit sad, but it's a new beginning. Okay. See, a lot of people think that they can still be single in a relationship. They can be with other people. This was my mistake. I thought that I could be with someone and still I alienate people and alienate myself and have my single life and then just, but you're dead to that once you commit with someone else. Brown Brujita, I feel like you're already for that. I feel like you're not running for that. It's just something you have to embrace. Only you can be you. We have the Ace of Swords. Speak your truth. This Ace of Swords is going to come out your mouth and you're just going to be slicing. This is the truth. This is the truth. And everybody, dark force, will be like, run! Run! She got the truth. And people are just going to be running away and people aren't even going to know. So get this. I have a vision. It's like the dark forces are going to come. The dark forces are going to come and you're just going to wait till they're all there. And you're like, oh, you're picking on me? Huh? Well, here's my truth. And then they're all going to run away like, oh, she's actually with the shits. She knows what she's talking about. Sandra Torres, the message that I have for you is that everybody who you've been distrustful about, everybody who you've been skeptical about, everybody who you've been a bit, weird about, it's going to come out in the open. You're going to finally realize why. So trust your intuition. Be prepared to kind of go through a bit of a sacrifice. Be prepared to be in a position where you're going to greatly have to walk away or let go of stuff that might hurt your heart because of this. It's going to feel like a sacrifice at first, but ultimately it'll be positive. Okay. Mercedes. We have the King of Cups and the Four of Wands. So you and this cat guy are going to connect on a deeper emotional level. And then it's also going to allow you very greatly to reunite in not reunite, but to connect in a more fun way. So you're going to celebrate each other. But first, there's going to be deep emotional compassion. Okay. Gladiator and Sweats. If YT means YouTube, please keep going. The reason why nothing wants you to do this is because you're enlightened as fuck. And you have to remember that every time you express your message, it's literally fighting against the dark forces that are purposefully keeping people in the dark. So it's very much so when I started my YouTube, I had no support. People were making fun of me. No one really cared. It's not necessarily like I needed a handout either, but like I didn't have people really helping me either. Once again, it was something that nobody ever took seriously. The only reason and which is why I love doing what I do, because all the support that I've gotten from this has come from you guys. Like no one outside of this in my real life has on their own come to help me unless they found there was something they can take from it. And once again, like some people outright made fun of me. Oh, you're talking about horoscopes, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. Yes, it is totally worth it to keep going. This is where you really earn your stripes, where, you know what I'm saying? It will feel as no one wants you to do this. And that's because on a spiritual level, what you're doing is so important. Okay. And even after when you make it, people will try and downplay it. So don't even worry about the subscribers. Like that's all going to come when it's meant to come. All you want to focus on is being consistent and to just be patient during the journey. All right. And that's to anyone else who also is on this path too, and making YouTube or just coming out there. Okay. Shadow hunters, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is talking about you grounding your own worth and you kind of coming into a better way to manage your own funds. It also comes with the Magician card. So trusting your thoughts, all right? Trust in your talents and your skills. Okay, shout out to Pamela. We never said it would be easy. We said it would be worth it. So shadow hunters, this is definitely talking about you just bossing up so much better. You are already a boss. So it's just you're gonna be spending money on yourself in much greater ways. Chris Menifee, we have the Sun card for you. This is talking about a phase of enlightenment and expansion. And this North Node in Leo transit is going to establish this for you over the next 6 months. However, this is happiness that you're having to stand up for. You have been fighting a long fight for your happiness, just for you to be you, just for you to actually express forth more of your light. I get the sense, Chris, people have made you feel guilty for being happy in subtle ways and not so subtle ways, and you're winning this victory, okay, because you stood up for yourself. Okay, so there's certain insecurities and negative thoughts that you're passing by, stuff that you weren't confident about. You have on your own gained greater confidence, and you owe yourself all the pats on the back for that. Congratulations, Chris. This Sun card energy is going to flow through you, so you're going to be a source of happiness for yourself and other people. Okay, this is definitely great. This is going to bring material success. This is going to bring success and love. The message I'm getting here is you fought for this, bro. Like people did not want you to have this, and now no one can take it from you. Okay, Kier Stone, we have the Lovers card. So there's going to be a romantic opportunity for you to connect sexually with a soulmate, all right? I don't get the sense that they're a life partner, but they are someone who you can have a bit of fun with and be a good friend with too. Sharon Ilana, okay? We have the Sun card for you too, and the channeled message that goes on with this is going to open up a greater phase of independence, to where you want to really open up to unconventional but greater ways of being yourself and of just expressing yourself, as this will definitely also lead you into a greater new job. The next job you have is going to be a very great source of happiness for you. And it's something that you really, really, really want to embrace. IMP, your superpower is the power to enter any community and establish foundation. So it's like you can go into a city, you can go into its four corners, and you're going to trap the energy and purify the negative energy and allow positive energy. So it'll create greater feelings of balance and light. Thank you so much, AJW. Thank you. We have the Ace of Wands and Justice too. So IMP, a lot of your power is with wands. You can spark passion and life into things. And the Four of Wands is one of those expressions. Melanin Wise, I just gave my 2-week notice. Channel, please, just like Sharon Iana, we also have the Sun. So your next place of work is going to be a very great source of happiness, abundance, and positivity. However, this is talking more about embracing independence. You're going to find ways to where you may not even need a job moving forward, and that's super awesome. Okay, Naneru Hog, You want to be reliable and consistent. This is going to be very positive for you because your reliability is giving you receipts. The universe is saying it's time to use your receipts. Okay, so Nanero, this is talking about certain people who may try and say that you didn't do something, but you're going to show how you've been consistent. Okay, and this is going to also take your finances and it's going to stabilize it because of how consistent you've been and how you haven't been too extreme and less extreme. Okay, Scorpio water sign. The card that I have for you is the Five of Pentacles, and it also comes with the Justice card. So what this is saying primarily in your case is that you are holding other people accountable and gaining greater balance in your life. You could look to a very important decision to actually help balance your financial resources. If you're going through any legal issues, the law courts itself can help overturn this as well. Thank you, Michelle. Colleen, all my friends, we have the death card for you, okay? And it's also coming with the Five of Pentacles. So if you've been going through a lack of funds or alienation, this is over. And you're going to step into much more abundance and a wish come true, okay? Get ready for great satisfaction. The period of lack is over and the greater period of satisfaction is here. Mahogany Turner, we have the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups. I don't know if you're wanting to get married, but there's a very powerful soulmate relationship that will be establishing itself. And it's going to be something that makes you a very, very, very happy. Okay. Congratulations. Crystal Shine, the card that I have for you is the Four of Pentacles, assured material gain and greater financial stability. Okay. Lisa Ben, we have Peace in the Narrow, the Magician. Lisa, this is saying that believe in your skills, believe in your talents. You're going to break through using your skills and talents to very powerfully and magically open whatever doors you want. Manifestation is here for you, and you can do whatever you want right now to make that occur. As above, so below. V, we have the Death card in July. Career, money is all transforming. I'm going to accept this Reiki. Thank you so much. Okay. The Death card is saying it's all metamorphosis. It's going through metamorphosis based on how you're transforming so that you can increase your income potential. Okay. Lady Panther, you are tapping into a more infinite consciousness from the source that you tap into. Okay, so what this is going to do is it's going to help your twin flame connect. The more you focus on your passions, the more you focus on your inner strength, this is going to strengthen your twin flame wherever he's at so that you're in a much greater place to magnetize their energy to you. Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Devil card, Rafaela. You are stepping into greater wealth and you're also regaining control from old habits, toxic relationships, and this negative influence that seeks to kind of take your abundance from you. The Strength card is also saying this is going to happen with your inner strength and belief and activation of this, okay? Holly Noel, we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is speaking primarily of you connecting with a soulmate or a childhood influence that's going to restore feelings of nostalgia to you and help you remember an old lesson, okay? Diablo, congratulations on your promotion, okay? You're definitely going to, through this career, it's just what you said. You'll be able to work as a vessel to reach your long-time goals, but this is also speaking of, through this career, connecting with people in physical and spiritual ways that will very powerfully and profoundly be in a position to touch people. A lot of people are going to change their whole philosophy on life, not because you preach it to them, but just because they see stuff that you're into. And the timing of when you do it is going to really shake because you keep that same energy. The Four of Wands and the Chariot card is also speaking of great victory, great celebration, and you're definitely going to step into so much more success because of your influence and your control, okay? Keisha, we have the Ten of Swords. So in order for you to tap into your twin flame and love, you really want to be in a position to very powerfully also, you know, end a certain habit. There's something that's dying for good. This also reflects your twin flame. They might be at the end of their ropes in a certain level, at the lowest of their life, and they're ready to start something new. All right. Appreciate you, Diablo. Ariel, we have the Sun card. So your divine masculine twin represents this happiness, this solar masculine influence. And this is definitely talking about a greater sense of abundance and happiness, which also means during this Leo eclipse, you may also connect very powerfully. Okay. Holly Noel, you're definitely going to love and win through this love. Okay. Dara D, am I going the right way? We do have, all right, let me get you another card. We have the Eight of Cups. So the right way is the way that has you seek deeper. You might actually, this is you going away. So yes, it's going the right way, but make sure you're gaining from this energy the important need and awareness of how powerfully you're separating yourself from influences that don't at all serve you. Okay, this is going to be really good though, because you're going to feel lighter. And I get the sense for you, it's just time to transition to a new place or a new area. AJW, we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is saying you're transitioning into happier times. I think you're distancing from a negative place, and this is the bridge to happiness. So just keep your thoughts positive. Just keep everything you're going through positive. Okay. Pasia Woods, we have the Five of Swords. Okay. And please keep in mind, by the way, I pulled, okay, yeah, the Five of Swords is talking about Pasia Woods. You may have an argument, okay? I don't think this is a deal breaker argument, but prepare for a difference in opinion to come up. Know that a scattered mind will lead to a lack of understanding. So don't be worried about being right. Just be mindful of where people's heads are at. Nancy Smith, we have the Three of Cups. Celebration is next for you, and it would pay very well for you to connect with people who you love and to enjoy the good news that's ready to come. Okay, Sandy Lancaster, your love life is activating right now, and especially any recent soulmates you might have connected with. However, when it comes to your love life and your twin flame, this is going to activate through conflict. I almost get the sense that you're going to have an argument or have had an argument with this person. So it's not going to start off very peachy clean. It's actually going to start off pretty chaotic. And just because you had an argument with someone doesn't mean it's over with them, Sandy. If anything, it's just important to keep in mind, okay? It's going to start off negative, and then it's actually going to go really good when you connect more authentically, okay? And I think you're good on your end. It's really good. Unique Heartbeat 93. This is the channel message for you, is to embrace love, to embrace any opportunities that come. I think with certain people, you either don't give them a chance or you don't give yourself a chance. And this is saying to just open up to any new opportunities that come. And don't be so focused on the long term. Just focus on having fun. Focus on getting some. Okay, that matters a lot more for you personally. Rock 1E or Rocky, we have the Six of Swords. You also are transitioning. You're sailing forward into greater times. Your problem solving and ability and skill will allow you to come up to greater mental solutions to any dynamics. Lisa Clay, we have the Magician. Work your magic. Work your magic. work your magic, do what it is that you have to do in order to very powerfully claim what it is you want. You have everything you need to do so. You got this, okay? Mer magic, we have the Hermit card. So it's funny that you said divine guidance, because all the divine guidance you're getting is coming from within you. Other people are going to give you advice. Other people are going to tell you what to do, but listen to what you have inside. This is my birth tarot card. So it's life 9 path. Really pay attention to you, all right, and really see what you come up with, because you're going to enlighten your own self with genius advice, okay? Carrie Ann Pearl, we do have the King of Cups and the Four of Wands for you. So as far as a timer, you can see very great improvements to your health as soon as Scorpio season. But we want to look to way before that, okay? Where the healing is happening now. And especially with this Four of Wands, it's definitely speaking of a greater connection with your community. As far as a channeled message, you want to actually activate your own healing energy and heal yourself. At 5 minutes every day and night, just put your hands on your heart and send healing, loving energy to yourself, and see how that changes in a week, and then again in a month, and then again in another couple months, okay? Rebecca Resser, we have the Page of Wands and we have the 10 of Cups. The Page of Wands and the 10 of Cups is talking about very exciting news, especially if you've been wanting to connect romantically. You're definitely going to be connecting with someone who you have a great spiritual, blissful love connection with. Patty K, anything? I'm a Cancer. Emotions are all over the place. Patty, we have the Sun card. So emotions are all over the place, but there's going to be so much happiness this solar return is going to give you. There's going to be so much abundance. And look, there's going to be love. So love is about to be the central source of your feelings. There's going to be a lot of abundance that flows through you. So make sure you share it with others. Kaylin McCoy, the last super chat. We have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is amazing for love because it talks about slowly but surely working for practical connections. It's saying the work you're doing on yourself to work out, to look more beautiful, to study your craft is going to slowly but surely help you connect. And when it comes to love, this Page of Pentacles could be who you're connecting with. Someone who is still young in this life, someone who is still studying, but they're very productive, they're very practical, they're very dependable, they're loyal, okay? You embodying these, you embodying these traits will help you as well too. Thank you for those of you who reached out to me so far about the psychiatric and psychology. I'm gonna look at those emails. You guys are awesome. And thank you guys for tuning in. Okie dokie. I'm going to work on the horoscopes for next week. Make sure you hit me up on Future Life if you want to see special horoscopes and moon sign reports. And make sure you guys follow me at Future Life TV, the YouTube channel. All right. You guys stay blessed. And until next broadcast.